Welcome back here to Cam's Pizzeria in Camillus, here with Syracuse football alum, NFL prospect Cam Lynch, and of course myself, Dan Tortora, here with you. Wake up call with Dan Tortora. Very happy to be working with Cam's Pizzeria in our partnership here in the Central New York community, bringing you opportunities that you can't find anywhere else, like having this guy sit next to me and Cameron Lynch. And we've talked a lot about Syracuse, but I said we talk a little bit more about faith, family, some other things. So I want to start with faith and how important your faith has been to you and how it's kind of driven you, in not just in football, but in life in general.
I think it's huge. I've been going to church since, the beginning of, since I was born. And I found it important, too. Like FCA, we have FCA on campus. Yep. So Nathan Bliss leads that at Syracuse University. Shout out to him. Jonathan Rogers on my football team, the long snapper, captain as well. He was a leader of that organization. So, ever since my freshman year, I would go out on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock and do that. So, and that was a big part of my life. Take time out, for God and do what you have to do to get right and get your spirit, get everything just in one way. So, and with that as well, we had Bible studies on Thursday with Coach Lee. So, a little double whammy there, and always believed in praying whenever. Just pray, just because like we're here now. Just pray now. And say thank you for everything, and I'm big on that. So
when you take some time to talk to God in prayer, what are those important things to you? Those things that really stick to you on your mind? Because I'm like you, I pray all day long.
Right.
I mean, I know there's some people that. There's a mentality of, you go to church for 1 hour, 1 day a week, and then you can do whatever you want, and you'll be forgiven if you go back to church the next week. But, my mentality's always been that, God's every day all the time. So you pray when you get up, pray while you're going about your day, pray before bed. And first thing I say when I get up is that I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful for the opportunity. So what are some of the things that you're thankful for that you take some time to talk to him about?
First of all, family, friends, health, great health. That's always something that's, overlooked sometimes. Just thankful to be here, right here, sitting with everybody, eating good food, great company. So, thankful for those things as well. Thankful to be, play football, to go to class and finish and get a degree there. Great support system at home. So, and for the Syracuse fans. So, I think for a lot of things, man, and just keeping God in my life keeps me grounded and keeps me pushing.
When you look at your life and where you're at now, is this what you expected out of yourself? Leaving Syracuse, you have your degree.
Right.
You're a Syracuse Orange alum. You had the opportunity to do a lot with the football team. And you've come a long way. You left home. You left Georgia to come up to the Northeast. Obviously a different thing for you to do, different experience.
Right.
Leaving Syracuse and moving forward, what can you say about where you're at in your life and how you feel you've come so far? Because, in my mind, you're just getting started, but What can you say about the story so far?
I can say I'm at peace. The connections I've made at Syracuse, on the way up have been amazing. The support base that I have back at home, just based off of, the conversations I've had, are amazing. And, it's going to continue to grow from here. And I feel like everybody has a lot of growing to do. So I'm looking forward to it. And, like I said, there's a lot more to go.
When you get off the football field, what is something that you like to do? You and I talked about how free time is not really a known thing to a student athlete. You are a full-time student. You are a full-time athlete.
Yeah.
There is very little room in between. But when you have some of that time, or now when you're all done with classes and you have some time, what are some things that you do like to do to kind of get away from football for a little bit?
I think it's important to have multiple conversations. Now that I'm back here at Syracuse without any classes, after workouts, I'd rather go to a friend's house and just hang out and just sit down and get off your phone and don't watch TV, because I feel like I did a lot of that at home. So when I didn't have my friends around, so now that I'm back and I have my friends here, and I'm going to leave in about a week and a half before the draft. So I just want to sit down with my friends right now and just talk to them, phone off, TV off, and just have a conversation and build these connections and build these friendships before I leave. And so when I leave, and I can call them and say, hey, I'm coming over, and they're fine with it. So that's what I want to get to, and just strengthen my friendships here.
what are some of the hobbies or things that you enjoy when you go over to friends' house? Like you said, just turn everything off and talk. But if you're going to do something, if you're going to go somewhere, what do you like to do? Where do you like to go? Because I think it's important to kind of, I think sometimes people don't humanize players.
Right.
Because they look at you and they say, okay, these people are doing things that so few people get to do.
Right.
And, they look at your talents, they look at what you do on the field, but they forget that you have a life.
Right.
You got to stay healthy, like you said. You have needs, you have faith, you have family, significant others, friends, and whatnot. Mm-hmm. What are some of the things that you like to do, or maybe a hobby that you want to have now that you have some time to have one?
I think it's funny because you said go places. I'm cheap, I'm frugal with my money. So going, and I don't have a car up here at the moment, so going places is not something that I'm gonna be doing too much of. So I rather, like what we do. Sometimes we sit on South Campus and we just crack jokes with each other all the time. Like Richie Desir, Darrell Eskridge, and Dyshawn. Like we sit in a room and we just crack jokes with each other, have a good time, listen to music sometimes. Talk to girls or just do whatever. But in video games is a huge part of what we do. Also, like we will have tournaments, FIFA tournaments, and it's crazy because FIFA soccer has become like an epidemic throughout the dorm rooms. Like everybody's playing FIFA soccer. So I know we just watched Barcelona and who was it? Italy. I think PSG played today. We're really into the stuff now. So soccer is huge. And I feel like it's huge on each campus. The new Tekken game came out, so all the guys are going crazy over that. So video games, cracking jokes, listening to music is something that we do religiously on South Campus.
Well, that one answer kind of is going to spurn off at a lot of different questions.
Yeah.
But one of them is, obviously we know football is football, but football in any other country is soccer.
Right.
So, there is that connection with you for that, but I love FIFA as well.
Yeah.
I know the teams. My heritage is Italian and Spanish, so I like to choose those teams. They've won World Cups, so I think I'm in good shape. But who do you like to play with? When you get to pick a team, who is that team that you're leaning on, or do you not care? It does not matter.
I think anybody who's a soccer fan probably goes to Barcelona. With Messi, you got Neymar. It's unfair almost. Like who they have on their team. So, I don't really know soccer too well. I just got into it just off of FIFA watching the World Cup. So, you watch a few guys who you think are good, who show great speed or, these athletic abilities. So, I was watching Neymar today and he was just going crazy in the field, with crossovers and whatnot, just going crazy. So, I'm a fan of Barcelona. So, yeah.
Who is, when you all play FIFA, two-part question.
Okay.
Who do you play FIFA against, and who is and I know you're an honest man, who is the best FIFA player?
Okay. Well, actually, when Sharab Trudeau is a good FIFA player. He plays all the time.
Okay.
Rob, Alec Lemon, Jared West, all those guys play. But I think probably Rob Trudeau's probably one of the best guys on the team at FIFA. And it's funny because the only time I play FIFA is against a girl who put me on the game. Like, she played her brother, and she's a big Barcelona fan, and she plays her brother at home. So anytime I play FIFA, I just play her. Nobody else just her. But I play some other guys sometimes too. But it's just fun to play with a lady friend sometimes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and my wife knows what I do. My connection to sports, being a broadcaster, being a writer. She loves it. She appreciates it. She knows the good in it. Playing FIFA against a lady friend, like you said, is that not the perfect marriage, so to speak?
It's literally the perfect situation. Not many girls play video games. They're not really into it, but when you get a chance, it's just something different. There's more to the game than just, oh yeah, I'm a dude. Oh, let's play FIFA. Or let's bet money on this game, which you're not supposed to do, but people do anyways. But it's just fun. And yeah, I play against a girl when I play FIFA. That's it, though. So it's pretty fun though. So yeah.
And I think it's kind of interesting that you say that because the first time, I think it's the only game or one of two games my wife ever played against me.
Yeah.
It was our third third time hanging out.
Right.
And she came over my house and played FIFA against me, and I think I was Italy.
She's a keeper then.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
And I think I had AC Milan or something like that, and I was up like 3-0 or something like that.
Right.
So she wanted to give up, and she got kind of upset. And in the middle of the game, I thought, have I completely turned this girl away? I'm beating her in FIFA. Is she ever going to come back to my house? Then the game got really close. I ended up beating her, but we haven't played since.
Right.
But we're married.
Yeah.
So I feel like I won it. I ultimately won the game and won having the best woman.
Yes, like, you can't go wrong with that. If she's willing to play FIFA, if she's willing to go the extra mile to, make you happy, that's pretty awesome. And if a girl plays Call of Duty, like a keeper, so those are things that, that you witness, in college, and it's just pretty awesome, you got to hold on to those things. So it's pretty cool.
Now, you brought up Call of Duty. Is that a big game for you? Is that kind of your thing, your main game?
Yeah, definitely Call of Duty. That's one of my things.
Okay.
Call of Duty. We play FIFA, 2K, any of those games. But, they're just fun things. Just to socialize, kick it with the bros, and those times you won't forget when you're late nights, 2 o'clock in the morning, you're playing video games. And actually, I like this game called Assassin's Creed. I like the single player, like story mode games a lot too. So any of those type of games. But yeah, we're big like gamer guys. I feel like any guy in college, let's play video games. So it's a big thing on campus.
Oh yeah, because I can remember my senior year in college. Everybody played Halo.
Right.
And I had never played Halo.
Yeah.
So I was the guy that they always had. There was 15 of us guys in one house.
Yeah.
There's 3 floors, 15 guys. It ended up being like 14 or 13 because some of them got kicked out. So that made my life a little easier.
Right.
But we would sit down and there would be like 4 of us at a time playing Halo. But I was always the guy they asked to come downstairs when they needed to up their kills.
Oh, man.
Because I didn't play Halo then.
Yeah.
But there was something that was it's like a rainbow-looking sword on Halo or something. Yeah. So I would try and find that and win. But I mean, when you die in Halo, you don't know where you're going to end up. When you come back, I mean, I'm literally telling you, God in His infinite humor, He would put me, like if you and I were playing against each other, and you killed me, when I would come back to life, I would come back to life right in front of you. I mean, that's typically what would happen, or right when I'm about to get that rainbow sword, whatever it's called. I'm sorry, Halo fans, but I would get, as I'm reaching down to pick up the sword, someone would shoot me in the back. It was just one of those games. I mean, I did okay, but I mean, we would end the game after playing for like 3 hours, and this guy's got 100 kills, this guy's got 80, this guy's got 50, and I was ecstatic. I was elated that I had 15.
Right.
So I mean, it's a different world, but I mean, it's definitely a good thing to do. Good game to play, good, and obviously whatever you do with the guys. Who was the worst sport? If you beat them, who was the guy that's like throwing the controller, had to walk out the room? I mean, who's the guy?
Daishan. So Daishan, like when he's losing, like you can hear him losing a game. You know? Like I'll be in my room and he's just screaming, like he's an emotional guy. So he'll get up in a rant, and I know he's losing because he's talking the most, he's the loudest in the house. So it's funny to hear, but it's just good times. You build memories off these things, and it's a good thing to pass by time sometimes if you're like, especially in the summer, if we're up there and there's nothing to do but class and workouts. It's a good time to just hang out and kick it. So
now Madden's a game we didn't bring up. Now that was a big thing. I mean, obviously you guys are football players, so a lot of guys play Madden. I know Jerome was really heavy into Madden. Charlie Loeb was into that and all that. So how often did you play Madden, and were you good at it? Because that's one game we haven't talked about too much.
I mean, to be honest, like when it comes to like sports games, I mean I play them, but like Madden, like I play football now. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the film room all the time. Like I want to get away from football sometimes. So like Madden, I didn't really play it too often, to be honest. So like it was just something where like I play the sport. I eat, breathe, sleep football. So why do it some more? So I might rather play like I said, like the single story games like Assassin's Creed or something like that, or whatever. So to get away from the sports like the NFL games, like I'm a part of this. This is what I do. So
movies, music, all that. That world. We'll start with movies. I think everybody likes to get away and see something. I think if you don't go see movies at all, I mean, there's probably a serial killer. Something.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably something wrong with you a little bit.
Yeah.
But what movies do you like? I mean, if you're going to go out and see one, are you, going out and seeing a superhero movie, a comedy, a romantic comedy? I mean, what do you like? Do you like the drama, suspense? What's kind of your thing?
I'm more of like the action.
Okay.
I actually recently, when I went home for 3 months of training for Pro Day, I really got into TV shows. Netflix was like every day. Like I went home and worked out, slept, Netflix, eat, sleep, do it again, like repeat. So I binge watched like Sons of Anarchy was huge. Breaking Bad was huge. Prison Break was huge, and
A Walking Dead. Did you watch that?
no, just those three. Like just those three. That's the only ones I finished. But like, I engulfed myself in those, and those were pretty awesome. But like action movies, the movies that have your mind like just like what just happened.
Like Inception.
Inception. Yes, I saw this movie with Will Smith recently called Focus.
Yeah.
And like threw me
I didn't see it. Don't.
It was good. It threw me for a
right.
little loop. Like I was like, man, this is pretty awesome. And I like when, like in Prison Break, the main character like. He doesn't use any much violence. There's violence in it, but he doesn't use much violence. But he uses his brain to do most things, and I like that. Like intellectually defeating somebody is pretty awesome, So those things really turn me for a loop. Sons of Anarchy was awesome. Breaking Bad was with Walter White, pretty awesome. So those things I enjoy.
Now, some of the guys on the team, they like the whole Marvel's Avengers thing. They like that whole side of it. Is that something that you would go out and see? I mean, is that something that you like, or is that not really your thing?
Yeah, most definitely. The new Avengers movie is coming out, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Donnie Simmons is a huge Marvel fan, comic books, and he looks like a 40-year-old, but you know what I'm saying. He's bald headed right now, and he loves comics, so he's really into that stuff. He hips me on different things, like okay, this is what this guy does, and like no, Batman is not better than Superman, or he is because he's a smart, whatever. But he knows more than I do. But I think the new Avengers movie's coming out pretty soon. I think I'm gonna check that out.
How is it being around Donnie when you say like he's a guy that's really into comic books? He'll have the conversation. Batman's not better than Superman.
Right.
Here's why. I mean, do you ever get, even just joking around with him, do you ever get deep into conversation just to see how far Donnie will go?
When you really know too much about a topic, you just let somebody speak about it. So, I just let him go on his rants, like, okay, about different characters. So I'll let him do his thing, and I'll question him about different things. But, when you don't know too much about something like he does, comic books are his life. Like, I actually let me borrow one of his blankets, and it has like Iron Man, Superman on it, Hulk. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, Donnie, like, come on, what's going on here? But that's what he does, and
it's his thing.
And it's his thing. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat, and you need to ask him about it one day.
I will definitely look forward to asking Donnie, saying you blew up a spot about comic books and all that. If you had a choice, though, even though you're not as deep in it as Donnie is, let's take the Marvel Avengers movie now. I'm going to name a bunch of characters. I want to know who you would be.
Okay.
So, from Iron Man to Captain America, Thor, Hawkeye,
right.
Am I missing here? Hulk.
Yes.
I'll put Ultron in there.
Right.
I'll put Vision in there.
Yeah.
So I'll put them all together. I'll give you those as your choices. Who would you be and why?
Definitely Hulk. Like, who wouldn't be Hulk? He's one of my favorite characters because, like, in the last Avengers movie, he went ham. He just like, I forget one of the things, but Iron Man was like, the guy was like, I have an army, and like, yeah, we have a Hulk. That's pretty awesome. So now Hulk is hands down my favorite character. He's just like wild, and I love that. So definitely Hulk.
Is that kind of how you envision football sometimes, that you could be Bruce Banner sitting with me now, but you switch to the Hulk when you're on the field? Because a lot of guys say that I could be a mild-mannered, nice guy, just like Bruce Banner,
right?
But when I get on the field, get out of my way.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like I like to think of myself as like a Clark Kent as well. Like sophisticated. I wear glasses. It's like I wear contacts now, but when I don't, I wear glasses. Like mild-mannered, professional. But when it's time to go, change in a telephone booth and go to work. And that really comes out, especially during on the field. Like, I'm pretty chill on the field, but like when you have to switch, especially in the weight room too. Like when you get up to a bench like a big squat, you have to change your mindset and just
just go into that mode. So like Bruce Banner does or Clark Kent does, you just switch. So and everybody has that switch to where you go professional mode, you go into just beast mode. So everybody has that.
So you heard that from Cam Lynch. You would be the Hulk or Superman.
Right.
A little bit different, but both very strong, which I think any NFL player will go after, and that's what you're hoping for is that NFL opportunity.
Yeah.
Cam Lynch, Syracuse football alum, myself, Dan Tortora. Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora is live from Cam's Pizzeria in Camillus. We'll be back to wrap things up. Make sure you stay tuned on wakeupcalldt.com and the YouTube channel, Wake Up Call DT.